many times have you heard someone say that they aren't creative enough or artistic enough to participate in a visual art class? Having been used to putting themselves in certain boxes from an early age, students are hesitant to try something risky, something they may not fully succeed at. But the visual arts have value for those beyond the aspiring Cézannes and Monets, even for those who never even went past drawing stick figures. If students are unwilling to try something new, they may be missing out on an experience they might end up loving and a talent they might end up discovering. Besides that, they may even realize that the visual arts can benefit their mental health and education. The current education system revolves around grades and assessments, which are the easiest and most common ways of quantifying the success of a student. Everyone wants immediate and concrete results, and a letter or number gives you this. Parents want their children experiencing success. Teachers want their teaching paying off through their student success. And students want to experience success to get good grades that will help them get into a good college and then hopefully secure a good job. This continuous cycle, along with an increase in technology, has changed the way students approach learning. There is less value placed in activities that require more time and persistence, and students are hesitant to engage in something simply for the sake of exploring and trying something new. But while the value of extended engagement in the visual arts may have subtle results short-term, studies have shown substantial results long-term. Students who take 4 years of visual art average 100 points higher on the SAT. They are 4 times more likely to be recognized for academic achievement, and among low-income students, the ones with high arts participation are more than twice as likely to graduate high school. In America, only 27 states consider art to be a core academic program, and this means that only 27 states give art programs an equal amount of attention, funding, and resources as they would another academic class, such as English, math, or science. Why then is there such a separation and competition between traditional academics and art programs if 72% of business leaders say that creativity is the #1 skill they seek when hiring, yet 85% of these same business leaders cannot find the creative applicants they seek? While there has been an increased value and attention placed in the visual arts as more and more studies are being done, there is still a lack of awareness as to just how much the visual arts can benefit students. If the visual arts and other academic programs were to not be in competition with each other, but were to work together, skills that often go ignored in the traditional classroom would become prioritized and acknowledged. The arts promote creative problem solving, innovation, discipline, and awareness. They expose students to interdisciplinary classrooms where they can draw connections both within and across subjects. They teach students how to work through failure, and they help enhance long-term memory and analytical skills. All of these skills are buzzwords in the current job world, but more importantly, in an increasingly technological future where so much is communicated and processed visually. This year, as a senior in high school going through my college application process, I began reflecting on my education thus far and realized what a huge role the visual arts had played in my academics. Through elementary and grade school, I used the visual arts to draw out scenes in history and to illustrate confusing math and science concepts. In high school, I've continued to take art all 4 years and never stopped to realize that other students probably don't do as much art as me, whether incorporated into their classrooms or individually. To learn more, I decided to interview artists, art teachers, other teachers, students, and activists about how they view the visual arts and its place in education. I heard stories about how art literally changed a student's life, and I heard stories about how art more subtly supplemented someone's life. But whether art was the reason a grieving student was able to move on, or simply just a way to make students more excited about coming to school, these are voices and stories that deserve to be heard. So I compiled them into articles that I submitted to local newspapers, magazines, and blogs, finding this to be the most cohesive way for me to spread these important words. It can be difficult to incorporate enough art into schools to give students the benefits of continued and consistent engagement in the visual arts. Schools suffer from a lack of time and resource constraints, which would make giving these art programs additional time and resources incredibly difficult. Already, art programs are being combined into cycles along with gym class and health class. This is why the idea of arts integration is such an important one. Bringing art into the traditional classroom not only enhances students' learning experiences in that classroom, but it gives them the necessary time to engage in art, and in an interdisciplinary way. There are schools that have successfully incorporated the arts into their curriculums, finding it to be invaluable to their students. These schools are spread across America and teach through a core curriculum where the visual arts are integrated into every aspect of learning. Using art as a primary pathway to teaching doesn't change what these schools teach, but it changes how they approach teaching. This idea is not just important for those who already believe it. Teachers in interdisciplinary classrooms can teach their material in ways that engage every learning style, and students need to be prepared for a future where they will need to see the world from different perspectives. That every child has the opportunity to reap the benefits of visual art is of relevance to everyone and has urgency for the future. Thank you.